All right. Woo. Look. I got that wow. Who wants some hands up right now? We got that. Turn it up loud. I know you're wondering how. I got that wow. Here I go, coming. I can't ever stop. I'm a tour de force running. Get me to the top. I don't need an invitation. I'm about to start a celebration.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hello, ladies. Hello,
Hi.
listeners. Hello, viewers.
Hello, our friends.
Friends, family.
Yeah. Hey, I was scrolling through our followers today on Facebook. There are a lot more men on there than I thought there were.
Oh, nice.
And not just family members. So I think that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if they listen, but
Or listen to the whole thing. Maybe
Right.
maybe they listen and they say, they're
See,
off on crazy town today.
I think it's because I think men are just curious about what women talk about. Even though they might not admit it, they're curious about what we talk about. Just like whenever we talk about going on girls' weekends, and then they then they always come forward with like what they think happens on girls' weekends.
What they think we do.
yeah.
And we're very careful to not burst their bubble. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. The whole weekend, we're all in our jammies and we have pillow fights and, you know, that stuff happens.
Yeah,
Yes.
sure.
And if they were really kind of smart, they would listen
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
because they might get some insight that could help them with their own women in their lives.
Yes, with their own relationships.
Yes.
I agree.
And if nothing else, they'd come away with, oh my God, I'm not going to say that.
Yeah, that's a good
Okay.
point. Yes.
Or
They
I have
really
another
kind of
theory. Here's another theory. So maybe on your dating profile, Amy, maybe you have a link to our podcast as something about you, and so maybe it's just everybody. No.
I think you should. They could learn all about you up front, and maybe you dodge a bullet. They'd say, "Oh yeah, no, not her."
I don't even I don't even have it on my profile that I work every weekend because I don't want to scare people away. Now you want me to say, oh, and I have a podcast where I talk about every single thing in my life. Yeah.
Okay, but
I can see that dating pool getting to be about
this
big.
I mean, aren't you supposed to be kind of transparent? Isn't that why you're complaining about the guy, or they're showing, unrealistic expectations?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know that telling people I work every weekend. What if they don't go and do anything? I mean, there are men that have said they go to their cabin every weekend, and some of them have reached out, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not your gal. That's not going to work for me. Yeah. So I tell them early on when it comes up. There's always a point where I say, and here's the point where I need to tell you XYZ.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So. Maybe you like Kitty and I manage your profile.
Yes. No.
Yes,
that's a hard no.
Can we please?
Well, I have it turned off.
Oh, you do?
I do.
And are you going to tell us why?
Are you going steady?
Why? Because I have somebody who likes to feed me, as was witness to last week recording.
Is that what you're looking for? Is that what number one is? Someone to feed you?
Yeah, somebody who will feed me. Yeah. So I'm kind of seeing somebody that's kind of, going fairly well.
Yeah. So the youngins, are you talking? Are you dating?
Oh my God, we're not going out.
You're not going out. You're not dating.
I think it's called going steady, you guys.
Oh, going
He's
steady.
wooing me.
He's wooing. Yeah, that's what the youngins say.
Right? Yeah, no.
Okay.
I don't know what you call it. So,
Special
Okay.
friends.
yeah. Yeah, right. Special
Well,
friends. So,
well,
but you know,
that's go
if the time comes when I got to go back on, if I've got to go back on, we'll revisit the two of you getting involved.
Okay.
ahead.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
We're
sure
here for
you're
you.
hoping that doesn't happen. So we'll see. Well, that's not at all our topic for this evening. On Three Cocktails In, we kind of do that occasionally. Go on a tangent. Tonight, we would like to talk about the Olympics. We talked a little bit about, our trip to Paris, and the Olympics is coming and it's starting. Isn't the start? Is it Friday? What's today?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Friday the 26th. I looked it up. You can watch the beginning ceremonies at 1:30 p.m. I think. Ooh, that might not be right.
Oh, the old
I don't know
8-hour
if that's
difference.
Central Time or Eastern Time. I should have really kind of looked at that.
Yeah.
But at any rate, Friday.
Friday afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always look forward to when the Olympics roll around, whether it's winter or summer Olympics, and it's just something a little different, right?
Yeah.
It's just different content to watch, and
Yeah.
so I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. Especially this year, having been just where a lot of the venues are. And, I think we mentioned we didn't get to see kind of up close a lot of the venues because there were bleachers being constructed everywhere and a lot of stuff was cordoned off. But still we took pictures of bleachers. Oh, look, this is the back of the bleachers where they're going to watch XYZ.
Right. Yeah.
I think the programming, I think they do a good job of showing the city in whatever city or country it's in. It's just another way that they make this a worldwide event.
Yes.
And I think it's a really cool way that makes our world very small. And it's great education. But yeah, they'll show the landmark things, venues, historical places that some of us will never ever travel to, but this is a great way to see them. So that will be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. I always love to watch the opening ceremonies because I like to see what every country's costume. What's the right? It's kind of a costume. Some countries really do a costume. I don't know. Did you guys see the Ralph Lauren ones for the U.S.?
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen them.
It's interesting.
It's boring.
Light jeans and a blue blazer.
It looked like something we would have worn to college in 1987.
I agree.
Like that mid-tone wash jean, a navy blazer. I mean, but I'm really curious this year because instead of having it in a stadium, all the different countries are going to be on a boat on the Seine and coming through. So I can't wait to see what type of videography, filming, I don't know what the proper term is. I want to be able to see the people on the boats and what they're wearing.
Yeah.
I do too.
So I think that'll be kind of cool.
Yeah, just on a side note, it starts, Amy, on the Austerlitz side and comes towards the Eiffel Tower, which, by the way, for viewers, was just very few blocks north of where we stayed in Paris. So it'll be neat to see it go.
Yeah. So I think it's like 3.5 miles they're on the Seine. So the other cool thing is, yes, there were bleachers in some places, but just Joe Schmoes in certain areas are going to be able to just walk up and watch, or maybe you live near there or something. So it's, I'm really I'm excited. to see that. It'll be more like a parade, like a parade, as opposed to just people walking around the track in a stadium. So
Yeah, I think that's maybe kind of what they're calling it, is the
Well, I think
parade of something.
don't they kind of always call it a parade?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, and you know their uniform or whatever, if that's what they're going to wear, to me is going to be a little toasty.
Oh,
You know, jeans and blazer, that's going to be warm.
Did you just Google it, Kitty?
I'm looking up for when we move on to another topic. I'm looking up all of the different sports that will be at the Summer Olympics because I'm curious. So continue this. I'm curious about if there are new sports that we haven't seen before.
There are. I think there's one new one, and there's 3 that they cut for the summer.
Okay.
Do you know what the new one is?
It's something weird that doesn't seem like a sport.
It's breakdancing.
Aha. There we go.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out where it is, but you know
they
where
actually call it. They actually call it breaking.
Breaking. Yeah.
Breaking.
Yeah. So I don't know if there's a bunch of categories or if there's. I'm sure there are.
I wonder if it's like rhythmic gymnastics.
Maybe.
Yeah. So they have artistic gymnastics.
Yep.
And artistic swimming.
And you go right to Martin Short.
Artistic what? Artistic what?
You? Isn't that what you're thinking of?
Swimming.
I'm not a strong swimmer.
Okay, the skit. It was a Saturday Night Live skit. I don't know how many years ago, but it was when Martin Short was on, and they were synchronized swimmers, and it's hilarious. It's so funny. So yes, whenever I think about
the one guy, I can't think of the other guy's name besides Martin Short, who plays his brother. I mean, has nose plugs and like a life jacket. I mean, he can't swim.
No,
Martin Short's the one in the life jacket
and
the nose plugs.
Yeah,
yeah.
And he says,
"I'm not a strong swimmer."
Yeah, not a strong swimmer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of kind of weird things, I think this is really weird, and I'm not a fan of this. Did I see that Snoop Dogg is carrying the torch or a flag for the U.S.? He's not a freaking athlete. What is he doing?
It was LeBron James.
LeBron James is doing one thing, but Snoop is doing something else, not just commentating. He is doing. We got to Google that. Kitty, get on that. Snoop Dogg.
Right. What?
I
Why?
gotta write these things down.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm fine with him being a color commentator. That'd be funny.
Quite funny.
But why is he part of any actual thing? That's interesting. Yeah.
All right.
Listeners will have to. I want to hear if anybody has an opinion on Bronny James all of a sudden getting on the Olympic team.
He did not get on the Olympic team.
I believe so.
That was a meme.
Was that just a joke?
I think that was a meme that I saw.
Okay, Kitty, Google that.
Oh my goodness!
He's now in charge of research. The research department.
Okay, well, and a subtopic to that, or maybe the primary topic, and then Bronny James is the subtopic. Do we know why professional basketball players get to be in the Olympics, but you can't be a professional athlete in any of the other categories? Or do I have that wrong?
You'll have to Google that. I think there was some rule change a while ago where you can be a pro now.
It's been professional basketball players forever. And I think
basketball, but
I think that the rationale was every other country sends their professional basketball players.
Oh. Or professional anything, maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so a quick Google search says that Snoop Dogg returns to Olympic coverage this summer as a special correspondent.
Okay. Anything else?
Let's elevate, celebrate, and make these games unforgettable. Smoke the competition. And may the best shine like gold. So maybe he's carrying a flag or a torch just simply because he's one of the commentators.
Yeah.
But
maybe he has a boat or something, or
Snoop Dogg made his Olympic broadcast debut in 2021 on the acclaimed Peacock show Olympic Highlights with Kevin Hart and Snoop Dogg. That would have been funny.
Yes, I saw clips of that because they were doing the equestrian.
Yes, memorable commentary on equestrian dressage.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Well, if anybody wants to know about the equestrian, that's at the Palace of Versailles. We did see the bleachers from far, far away. So, like, if you were sitting in the bleachers watching the equestrian, just know that way behind that is the Palace of Versailles. You'll see that, I'm sure in all sorts of shots of that.
Well, and they've been showing the garden, the orangerie, the garden that's down there. Where we did a video really close to that, and I used it as the screen capture, but really interesting. I want everybody to look. When you're looking at that really ornate garden and all those trees, they're in containers that they bring in to the solarium through the whole winter months. Those are not planted. And they've been doing that since the time of Louis XIV, which was his big thing, was to try and convince other dignitaries and princes that he was the Sun King ordained by God and that he could make these things grow in the middle of winter. So all that would happen would be all of the servants would have to haul that crap out before the King of Spain showed up in the middle of winter.
By it. Yes, they walk by it.
They'd be done, and then they'd haul all of them back in. But when you look at how big those gardens are,
huge. Yeah.
Mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Yep. Beautiful area. That's where we rode our bike that day.
Is where we
kind
rode
of
our
all
bikes.
over the grounds. So that was really fun.
We rode our bikes there. Yeah.
Had a picnic along the little canal in Versailles. I don't normally watch any of the equestrian.
No. But it'll be cool to watch it.
Yeah, this year it will be. Yeah. I feel like that about kind of a lot of things. I kind of want to see where it's at, see if we were there. Like, I do like to watch beach volleyball, which they're doing right in front of the Eiffel Tower.
They are. Beach volleyball, judo, and wrestling, in case you want to pick those up.
Again, 1 out of 3 of those I typically will watch.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having a hard time deciphering what's real news and what's not news as I'm doing my Google search.
Well, we'll scrap the Bronny James. We don't care anyway.
All right, we'll come back to that. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. They pitched a couple of sports. Did you know that? It's not going to be there this year. Softball. Baseball.
They got rid of those 2 a while back.
Softball, baseball, karate. They're not doing karate either.
Okay.
Instead, we're having judo.
Yes, judo. Evidently.
I am geeked about watching the gymnastics, the women's gymnastics. Sorry, guys, but I love watching the women's gymnastics.
I do too.
I
like watching the men's gymnastics too. I like how different the men's gymnastics are from the women's.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
The rings, when they hold the rings out, and just
the pommel horse.
Pommel horse. Oh, gosh, amazing.
Yeah, it is. Cool.
Cricket. I don't even know what is cricket.
It's an English version
of baseball. Kind
of a baseball where there's pitching and hitting. I actually had a client come in, a prospect come in and look at a home, and he plays cricket. So that was kind of interesting. He did not like the home, by the way. That was a very short show. Yeah, I should have said, that's because you play cricket. If you like baseball, you'd like this house. I didn't go into that.
Canoe, slalom, and sprint.
Kitty. We need to watch the canoeing, as Kitty and I took that course in college. And we took a course on canoeing, and we had to do it on the Minnesota River in March. Yeah, it was probably April.
I don't know. I don't know what time of the year it was, but it was.
It was at 8 a.m. and it was.
I was going to say it was like 7 o'clock in the morning.
God, that sucked.
I was not a strong canoeist.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You know how when you ride a tandem bike with somebody and the person in the front does all the work and the person in the back?
I was going to
Do you want
say.
to guess who was in the front of the canoe and who was in the back of the canoe
I
here?
was going to say, it would seem Kitty would be more suited to rowing, where she could be the caller in the back and do nothing. You know, I don't think they do much.
The coxswain?
Is that what you call that?
The person who sits in the front and yells at everybody, row!
Yeah,
row.
that person.
I'm pretty sure we had to trade off. I don't think I could be just in the back or just in the front the whole time. So
Okay.
I'm just going to say I don't recall.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
I don't recall.
I'm interested in watching hockey.
Okay.
How is that a summer sport?
Oh, that's true. But something's going on there.
Field hockey? There's field hockey.
Oh, maybe field hockey. That maybe makes more sense. And they just called it.
because it's definitely on the list. So maybe it is.
It is on the list. It's out on they have that in a stadium that's very, very old. Like they built it for the first Paris Olympics. So very old stadium. But you're right. That makes more sense. I didn't think about that. It's probably just field hockey.
Yeah. Of course, I'm very excited to watch the women's national team play soccer. And I'm super thrilled that all their games thus far are like at 1:30, 2:30, 3:30 in the afternoon. So even if people from work are listening, plug your
You're
ears.
not really watching?
Gonna have my cell phone on.
Okay, so not following hockey. Who are the U.S. team? Who's on the U.S. team for hockey?
For hockey? For field hockey?
No, not hockey. Soccer.
Soccer. They have turned over a new leaf and they have left off the old big names. So they've got a young crew coming in, very dynamic front line. They haven't quite got everything firing on all cylinders at the same time. They're struggling a little bit. Mallory Pugh, Trinity Rodman, Tidbit, that's Dennis Rodman's daughter. Sophia Smith. Then we've got Lindsay Horan, Rose Lavelle, played in Wisconsin. Alyssa Nair is the goalie. She, in one of the last major tournaments, had it went to shootouts. And not only did she stop like 3 of the opponent's shots, she also kicked for the U.S. team and scored. So she was woman of the match, clearly, and they won. But so it'll be really interesting. It's intriguing to watch a younger team come out and have to go against some, older, more seasoned, more experienced players. So excited about that.
Yeah.
So they actually, on the Olympic website, they actually call it football.
Yes, they do. Because that's what the rest of the world calls it.
Okay.
Yep. So, like, if you look at all the different venues and what's playing at all the different venues, it says football, 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 football. Know that that's soccer.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. And then there's also flag football.
How long have they been doing that?
It says Olympic debut.
Oh, well, there we are.
There's a new one.
Breaking and flag football.
Flag football.
So, okay, well, maybe this means, so on the website, so underneath the sport, it's then down here, it says Olympic debut, and then far over to the right, it says LA 2028. Are the Olympics in LA in 2028?
Yes.
Okay, so maybe it's 2028 that it's going to be debut.
Oh.
That could be, but weird that it's listed right now. Anyway.
Yeah. Who knows?
Are they doing like an exhibition?
Could be. Yeah, that could be.
Oh, swimming. I want to watch swimming. I love watching swimming, especially those really, really long races.
Mm-hmm.
Because the whole idea of like swimming like 2 laps makes my heart hurt right now, let alone like
Yeah.
20.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and then this is intriguing. So the modern pentathlon.
Pentathlon.
Pentathlon. That's also at Versailles.
It's the pentathlon.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so
That was Bruce Jenner's sport when he was Bruce Jenner.
that was Hugh. That was the decathlon.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is
5 versus
what's the-
10, right?
Yeah, what's the difference? Does it say what the
Penta,
difference?
isn't Penta 5 activities? Decathlon would be 10, Deca.
10. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at me pulling out my metric system.
Okay, so
No, you're right. But what are the 5?
I see fencing
Yes, fencing.
and why does it only give me that?
So it doesn't tell you what the 5 things in modern pentathlon.
As opposed to ancient pentathlon.
Evidently, that's literally what it said was what it was.
Mm.
Pentathlon. Well, decathlon. I don't
Okay.
know.
Googling.
I got it. Freestyle swimming.
Oh, that means this, not just like woo.
Yeah, like in a lake. In a lake.
Freestyle.
Equestrian. Oh, well, this is why. Okay, so
God, we're good.
because
Come
it's
to us for your
freestyle-
sports commentary.
Yeah, freestyle swimming. So probably in that canal, they're just going to swim from start
Gross.
to finish. Yeah, equestrian show jumping, pistol shooting, cross country running, and fencing. Those are the 5.
You should have to wear the same outfit in all of them.
Yeah.
Have you seen those weird things where they're doing hobby horse? You know, prance with the hobby horse, you know?
With
And
the
then they
broom.
jump- Well, it is a
The
broom.
horse head on the broom, basically.
Yeah, yes.
I
They're
know.
prancing with that, and then they jump over these little 2-foot goofy things. What in the world is that? That's not at the Olympics. I'm just saying.
No.
It's a thing.
Like Quidditch.
That's a joke. That's like what was that? Not jazzercise, but
Prancercise.
exercise.
Prancercise. Yeah, I have
See,
a video out there of me prancercising. I hope that doesn't find its way
Yeah.
to YouTube.
That's one of the many things we do on Girls Weekend.
Yes,
Yes,
we do prancercise.
Prancercise.
Yeah, we do.
Usually after like at about 4:00 when we've already started day drinking a little bit, and we
Yes.
think it's really funny.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah. Are there any big names of Olympians you want to see? Do you follow any Olympians? Are you interested in their stories? Are you?
Well, that's another thing that I think they do really well. They do talk about people's history and how they got into it and what their training looked like, and I think that's really great.
Yeah.
To come along with just watching them perform. But there's not anybody that I really follow. I mean, I was surprised to see Simone Biles back this year.
Have you watched any of her recent, like at the trials? The gymnastics trials were in Minneapolis this year.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to see, on TV.
Yeah.
She
I
looked
watched.
amazing.
Yeah. Top of her game, for sure.
Yeah. And another gymnast is from St. Paul that's going back, Suni Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know her from anybody else, but you always got to cheer for the hometown kids.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll be fun to watch. But honestly, I don't know any of the others. I don't know any of the track stars.
Oh, Sha'Carri Richardson. Super excited. We've got women's team sprinters that are amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that.
I'll just, I'll jump onto the bandwagon.
I know. Yep. We'll learn a lot.
I like the sprinters' fingernails, which are like, miles long.
Yeah. And also, so these women, I mean, they've got this hair that is, I mean, these beautiful braids and everything, and their jewelry is off the charts. They've got the big hoop earrings. They're like, how can you?
Katie, I think that should be a theme for one of your upcoming paparazzi nights. We're doing Olympic bling.
Yes, I love it. I'm writing it down.
Yep, write it down. Bling. There's an idea for you.
Not only red, white, and blue, but you got to go,
blingy.
Bling, bling.
Yep.
Yeah. I find that interesting too. I noticed that and I'm thinking, how do you run and, with big hoops to flap in and all your, it's just, gosh, that's crazy.
Well, the Williams sisters always did that too.
Oh, yeah.
Both Venus and Serena always had the big hoop earrings and then, I mean, I'm sure they weren't, I don't know who started doing it first, the track athletes or the tennis stars, but that's amazing.
Hey, I saw a video and I got a tidbit. How much do you think a gold medal, if you melted it down, how much money do you think you could get for a gold medal?
Oh, I've heard this before. I don't remember the answer.
Is it like 2 or 3 ounces of gold? I don't know.
I think it's more than that. I think it's a lot more than that.
What's the answer?
It is primarily silver, and then it's gold
plated.
And if you were to melt it down, it'd be worth about $800.
Yeah.
That's it. It's all silver with gold plate on it.
Well, I have an Olympics fun fact. As I was scrolling and doing some things, guess how many condoms they're giving away at Olympic, what do they call it, where they all stay?
Village. The Olympic Village?
Olympic Village.
Well, if there are 4,500 people competing, I thought I read.
Is that the total?
There. So I would say 50,000. I don't know.
Well, there will be 300,000 available, supposedly.
Oh.
I thought that was interesting. Not interesting, just
wow.
I don't know. It's like a different sport.
Yeah.
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 I
saw somebody trading pins. They were talking about trading pins with other countries.
Mm-hmm. I saw the little Dutch
shoes.
Claw.
Yes, the clogs. I think I saw those too.
Those were cute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's gonna be exciting. So, you guys, I head to Vegas next week for the big paparazzi convention.
Oh.
Hoping that my flight flies.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it?
Delta still hasn't got their shit together.
Oh, Delta's still canceling flights?
Yeah, because their crew scheduling is the problem. The software to schedule crews is.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. So,
can you get on Southwest? They're not having any troubles.
Well, so what do you do in this situation? We've got our tickets. There may be nothing. There may be no problem. Flight goes. So I'm not going to jump ship now. I've already bought our tickets.
But I think you can get a refund right now. Just to make sure. When are you supposed to fly out?
Sunday.
That's a good question.
I don't know. Well, anyway, so I'll be keeping my eye on the Olympics next week when we're in Vegas.
Oh, I bet there'd be a lot of betting on them too.
Yes, there will be.
Mm-hmm.
Sports book.
Now I know how to do that.
Yep.
Oh, do
I
you?
made one bet.
Oh,
Sports
cool.
book. It wasn't even for me.
Oh. Well, hey, you did it.
Now I know. Yep. Now I know.
Okay. 3 cocktails. Are we completing this show?
Yes. Yes.
We hope everyone has a great time watching the Olympics. We're looking forward to it, obviously.
Yes.
So.
Yes. And you know what? In all of this, and we don't talk politics and we don't talk religion here, with all of that stuff going on, please let the Olympics be an opportunity to push away all of the negativity that's happening in the world and just sit down and enjoy watching people at their absolute best and cheering them on.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's just a time for you to sit down and enjoy and relax and watch some good healthy competition.
Right. Yes. Should be exciting. Go USA.
Go USA.
Woo-hoo.
U.S.
Okay. Well, that ends this episode.
All
That
right.
ends this episode of 3 Cocktails In.
Peace
We'll
out,
see you next
sisters.
See you next
brothers.
time.
Woohoo.
Bye.
All right. Woo. Look. I got that wow. Who wants some hands up right now? We got that. Turn it up loud. I know you're wondering how. I got that wow. Here I go, coming. I can't ever stop. I'm a tour de force running. Get me to the top. I don't need an invitation. I'm about to start a celebration. Let me in. Brought a good time plus some friends. Turn it up loud past 10. Turning up the crowd when I hit 'em.